Hey all, and welcome to my vlog. My name is Erin, and this is my top 10 worst tropes in contemporary romance. These are all my personal opinions. If you don't agree with them, that is totally fine. I am not interested in fighting about it. Contemporary, if you're not familiar, technically encapsulates anything from the 1950s onwards, specifically from the end of World War II to the present. But at a certain point, that starts to feel more like historical than contemporary. A reasonable range for me is to consider something contemporary if it's taken place within the last 50 years of present day. I love contemporary. It's one of my favorite romance genres, and I didn't actually realize how biased I was towards it until I looked at my shelf and realized just how much of it was contemporary novels. Typically, I only keep books that I love or am intending to read again at some point, and the rest of them that didn't make the cut get donated to schools and libraries. And currently my shelf right now is well over half contemporary. Now, before I get started, I have a very exciting announcement because my contemporary romance novel, Heart and Soul, is available for pre-order right now. I will put all the links to it in the description below, and if you would like to check it out, the first 3 chapters are available on my website.
No, we came to say hello. Say hi.
From now up until the release, if you pre-order Heart and Soul, you can be entered into the pre-sale giveaway to win some awesome prizes. Everyone who enters the giveaway will also be receiving the first 6 chapters. This book is loaded up with LGBTQ+ characters, and it's also the first in the series, so even all the secondary queer characters are probably gonna end up being leads as we move along. The leads in this particular book are panromantic, demisexual, and bisexual. We've got the marriage of convenience, found family, cohabitation, all my faves. We've also got some cinnamon roll men, enthusiastic consent, and super affectionate friendships. Now onto the tropes. Number 1, new partner versus ex-partner. This is where the ex of one of the main characters sees this person getting into a new relationship, usually from social media stalking, and then tries to shoehorn their way back in there and or sabotage the new relationship somehow. This is semi-related to another trope that I really don't enjoy, and that is the crazy ex. People can just break up because they're generally incompatible and want different things out of life. It doesn't always have to be because someone's a stalker or trying to trap them into marriage or any other number of horrible things. Number 2, the awesome career woman who doesn't want children suddenly gets pregnant, and then poof, motherhood seems like the bee's knees. Now, no shame to any of you that have children or want children, you do you. This trope bothers me in a very particular way because it is always a woman who has firmly asserted she is not interested in marriage, she does not want to get pregnant, she is not interested in motherhood, but apparently all it takes is the right dick to change her mind. There are options to prevent pregnancy and to deal with it if you become pregnant and don't want to be.
Willow says hello.
It's one thing if this for some reason is not an option, but sometimes the mental gymnastics these characters go through to make having this baby and having a relationship with this person the only option, that really grinds my gears. Not wanting kids is perfectly valid, and I'm of the mind that if you don't really want to have kids, you probably should not. Number 3, not mentioning technology. I don't understand what this fear of dating the book is. Books are a product of their time, and people are still going to enjoy them years down the line, even if they're mentioning relevant technology. Are we just pretending social media doesn't exist? Pride and Prejudice is super dated, and no one gives a fuck about that. When people write historicals, they go out of their way to include relevant slang at the time, clothing, technology, and food that is associated with that time period, so I don't understand why so many contemporary authors are afraid to do the same. If you're writing contemporary, suck it up and embrace the modern age. Number 4, not letting a woman drive the fancy car. I don't know if you know this, but women can drive. I am not a car enthusiast by any stretch of the imagination, so I never quite understand when these people are treating their vehicles like another member of the family. Or better than a member of their family. I understand it even less when the car owner doesn't even let their significant other so much as sit in the driver's seat, even when they've proven to be a competent driver. I could understand if this person had a terrible driving history, if they had totaled a couple vehicles, then that would be understandable, but this is almost never the case when this trope shows up. Usually it gets resolved when there's some kind of an emergency and the partner has no choice but to drive the precious vehicle. And more often than not, the vehicle owner will be like, "Wow, I was such a douche for not letting you drive." Yeah, you were, and it shouldn't have taken an emergency for you to realize that your partner deserves more respect than a car. Number 5, the mountain man and the city girl. you. Oh no, my car has broken down. Perhaps this cabin in the woods will harbor a kind stranger who will help me. You're not from around these parts, are you? Does my enormous beard make me mysterious enough that you want to fuck me? Look, people find their partners in all kinds of weird ways. But there's an eerie power dynamic around this one where one partner, usually a woman, is entirely reliant on help from this stranger to survive when he has sexual intentions towards her. Number 6, curing mental illness with sex. You know we have this great thing called medication now, right? No amount of orgasms is going to fix the serotonin levels in your brain if you are clinically depressed. I am all for having supportive partners who can offer comfort and alleviate stress and support this person in other ways. But relationships are not magic and they are not going to cure mental illness. Yeet those characters off to therapy, please. Number 7, all in the family. Sleeping with an ex-partner's family member squicks me out so hard. I am not here to slut shame, but I cannot get on board with getting involved with genitals that have had your sibling all over that. Plus, how is it not weird? If it's a romance, you know that those characters are endgame. Someone is gonna have to be seeing their ex at every single family dinner, and everyone is gonna know what the situation is. Sometimes the ex-partner is dead, so they're not there to eyeball this new couple all the time, but that doesn't really make it any less weird. Sometimes there's even a kid involved, and it's like, oh hey, new Uncle Dad. What is the attraction here to putting yourself in that situation? Would it not come up every single time you do stuff? You're probably having sex on the same bed that your sibling did. And I'm sure that the character who has slept with both would be doing comparisons whether they want to or not. I feel like this would probably be hella weird for the rest of the family too. I don't get it. Why is this a thing? Number 8, the woman knows how to do manly things because of her brothers. My brothers taught me all relevant skills because God forbid I learn something on my own or because I want to. Classes exist. Other competent relatives exist. Friends exist. Learning from general experience is also a thing. Why are women only competent in shit because they have brothers? Let women be interested in a wide variety of things and let them use all the resources available to acquire those skills. This one is weird in reverse too because I don't think I ever really see male characters being competent in something because they have sisters. It's more so that they're not squicked out by talk of periods or they're not quite as emotionally constipated. Family can be a great tool for education, but the way that it's usually written does not float my boat. Number 9, the test. You've definitely encountered this one. It is where a friend of the main character will test the love interest to see if they're faithful. God forbid the people talk to one another or acknowledge that they don't have the trust in their partner that they need to make a relationship work, but here we are. If you are in a monogamous relationship and you don't trust your partner to be faithful, then you have much bigger fish to fry than whether or not your partner considers your friend to be hot. Have a conversation, or end the relationship. Either way, this trope needs to stop. Number 10. What is a clitoris? Did this character just zip forward in time from the 1600s? There is no excuse for existing in the modern world and being completely unaware of basic anatomy. I know it's painfully common, but like, would it kill you to do a Google search for a hot minute before getting up in someone's business? If you're gonna smash bits, you should have a basic understanding of how everything works. And I am aware that sex ed leaves a lot to be desired in many cases, but the internet exists. Use it. I don't even know how I'm still reading books where one character has zero idea how to pleasure their partner. Even if you've never had sex before, presumably if you're going to, that means you're at least minimally curious about it. Go look shit up before you get in there. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. My contemporary romance novel, Heart and Soul, is available for pre-order now. If you pre-order, you can enter the pre-sale giveaway for awesome prizes. I will put all the links in the description below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you'd like to be notified as soon as I upload, then ring that bell. All my social media links will be in the description below. Both of my books, Olympian Confessions, Hades and Persephone, and Olympian Confessions, Hera, are available now in ebook and paperback. If you would like your manuscript critiqued by me, you can check out my critique service, and I will see you all next week with another video. Bye!